We've got quadruple the A&A fun for you today. This is the IssuesWatch podcast. Hello, and welcome to the IssuesWatch podcast. I'm Matt Charney, your host for this week's accounting and auditing episode. I'm an audit director at Clifton Larson Allen. This episode qualifies for Nano CPE credit. If you're interested in earning CPE credit for this episode, hit the pause button now and head over to the njcpa.org/nano to find out how. We have a special episode for you today that was recorded at the NJCPA Convention and Expo, featuring Brad Muniz, Frank Boudelet, Marissa Flood, and myself. A quick disclaimer, the views and statements expressed herein are our own and not necessarily those of the NJCPA, CLA, or WITHM. And okay, take it away to the future.
Well, thanks, Pastor Matt. We're here at the Borgata, and we're ready to go.
Don't we need Brad and Frank?
Where do you think they are?
I have no idea.
I think I have an idea.
What? What's up?
We're live. We gotta go.
What?
You lost your
Podcast.
materials too? Let's go.
Yeah.
What?
Come on.
Can I bring my toys?
Whatever you need to get through it, Brad.
Okay.
We
let's
do
go.
it.
Where's it? Put the bun down. Bun down.
Leave it. Come on. Let's go.
I have to finish my food though.
you.
It's done yet.
I'm not done.
What are we doing? What are we talking about?
Oh wait,
Yes.
I gotta get my notes. Yeah, I got them. I bought them.
Great.
Oh, he is
great.
ready.
Glad you're prepared.
ESG again?
ESG again.
ESG reporting.
There's more updates.
ISGA. Okay.
All right, let's get
What do we
into
got?
it.
Go
Let's
ahead.
get into
All
it.
right, so what is ESG reporting? It's environmental, social, and governance. It's a framework that helps organizations measure their impact on the environment and society. So, environmental factors, we have our energy use, waste management, carbon footprint, pollution, green gas house emissions. Social factors like labor practices, community engagement, human rights,
Right.
workplace health, governance factors, diversity, gender equality, executive pay, ethical standards, a lot of important things going on. In
All right. So wait, so all of this stuff that's come out, well, probably over the past 5 years,
Yep.
right? Yes, Frank. We covered it in a couple times in the past,
times,
but
yes.
but there's updates. There's been articles and stuff. We're not going to talk about Kennedy, you know. I mean, anyway. So all this stuff, companies are really focusing on this now.
Are they?
I think so, and I think that there's requirements. I think she's going to talk about some of the requirements, or Matt's going to talk about the
Absolutely.
requirements.
There's a lot of buzzwords and all the things that we just listed, environmental, social, governance, things like that. At the end of the day, what the rules are trying to say is, are these companies doing the things that they're supposed to be doing in order to really benefit their environment around themselves? Not just necessarily doing what's best just for that business.
And not just what's best for the shareholders. They also have a fiduciary responsibility to the environment, social aspect, and what's their governance overseeing, the
governance.
overarching aspect.
Exactly.
Okay.
Yeah.
And honestly, over all these 4 years, first time somebody put it into perspective the way you did just now. But okay, thank you.
There we go. This time's a charm, right?
Well,
But-
I covered it a few times. Clearly, I didn't do it good.
That all being said, there are a lot of states that have a lot of rules coming out around this. I know California has a big ESG framework, includes a lot of laws requiring companies to report on climate risks, more diversity, greenhouse gas emissions, carbon emissions, things like that. New York and Washington State and Illinois are coming out with their own legislation, similar things. There's lots of fines being imported on people if they don't follow these kinds of things. I know banks try to keep their own requirements for their own portfolio, so they're only working with businesses who meet these certain requirements, things like that.
I didn't think about something in particular. I never thought about it until you just said a word. And Frank just started yawning, and I woke him up. But you said banks.
Yeah.
Thanks.
So there's a possibility then that banks can be putting something like this in their loan covenants.
Absolutely.
I
wouldn't
never
be
thought about
surprised to
that
see
until
it.
he just said banks.
I wouldn't be surprised to see it in the next few years.
And this is a lot of states. I feel like it's just going to grow too.
Right.
This
Oh, yeah.
is a lot of states
Yeah,
that
it's
we're
just
listing
gonna
out
grow.
here just from that
Absolutely.
environmental
Yeah, I mean, the
practice.
states you listed were California,
New York,
New York,
Washington.
Illinois. Okay.
Yeah,
And then,
Massachusetts, I think. has some
Massachusetts is on there too. Yeah.
That's true.
Climate-related financial risks.
Yep.
and it's a lot of big states too.
Yeah.
And I don't mean big states. I'm sorry, Rhode Island. I'm not trying to pick on them completely. Okay, but it's big states that have influence in some of the processes.
I'm glad you said that, because even though we like to focus on New Jersey a lot, when big states like California, New York, Washington come out with these kinds of rules, New Jersey follows closely behind.
I can imagine that we would expect to see something like this in,
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah.
if not the near future, at some point. So it's a
Definitely.
good thing to talk about.
Yeah.
So, the whole reason I think we started talking about this, Marissa actually found the article and thought it was interesting.
Right.
And the whole thing that they're focusing on, I think, is about we see that what the concept is, how much it's required, and now what's happening.
So we're seeing 98% of companies reporting some kind of sustainability data
In their financial
2023.
statements.
Yep.
98%?
98%.
It's a big percentage.
So I think back in 2019, I want to say 57% of the data was reported separately in a sustainability report, and now they're just incorporating it into their annual reports.
So,
Wait. One
know
quick
where I'm
question.
going.
Yeah, I know. Yeah, you that's always your mindset. Yeah,
that's where I live.
yeah. But the one thing, well, I mean, do we have the ability to report on this? So I think where you're going is, do we have the ability to report on it, and what's going on?
How do we audit it? You know, are we going to have audit responsibilities for this? Because now, if they're putting in if businesses are putting in financial statements, they feel obligated to, and for say bank covenants, now the auditor has to come in and audit it. So, do we have the right people in our organizations to be able to do those type of audits?
Right.
Well, here's the problem that you'll have with some of the smaller firms. Okay, I'm not picking on small firms. Sobel and Company, we were there, and you know what it was like.
Absolutely.
I mean, look at our IT checklist, okay? Who does the IT checklist a lot of times? Well, no, we send out the youngest person,
Yeah.
too,
Youngest
right?
person,
The
yeah.
staff.
The staff,
Right.
the staff ones
Right,
do it. Yeah.
well, because you know
They
the
have
other
no idea what
we
they're
know the other
doing.
people just burn time, but that's besides the point. But can you imagine? All right, Marissa, I have more experience, so I don't want to go out, so I'm going to send you out. So clearly, you look like you know about the environment. You feel comfortable going out doing that?
Not quite.
I'm not sure I have the
I
training.
wouldn't be the. Yeah, no.
But I see her. I'm not friends with her, but I see she's on Instagram all the time taking pictures and stuff. So you clearly know about the social aspect.
I know the
Or
social
is that what it's all about? You know, Instagram and stuff?
Yeah, a little bit. I can post like a beach picture. Does that count as environment?
Okay,
Depends on
clearly.
if you're having the windmills out in the ocean and your video with those, because that's.
You see, so
You're going to test the purity of the water at the beach, and then it counts.
Clearly,
Okay, there we go.
I don't think that most auditors, traditionally trained accountants, is what we are. I know we think we can do everything, every aspect of the firm.
Right.
But I don't think we have the background to do what they're talking about
No.
here.
Right.
I don't think so at
No.
all.
So do you all think that we're going to see an uptick in specialists that are going to come in and try to help with this type of stuff?
Oh, I think that's what they're going to have to do. They have to. And then you're going to have everybody here that's like at the career fair and stuff. Past president, Ed O'Connell right there. You're going to have people, not the career fair, the convention here. You're going to have all the people, and they're going to have booths being specialists in this area. The thing is that accountants have to know to hire them.
Right.
Or they've got to get the skills themselves.
Yeah.
Exactly.
So I think you're gonna have a lot of businesses, startup businesses going into this consulting area, and then companies will hire them.
Right.
We will also probably have to hire them because we don't have
Yes.
the specialty ourselves
Yes, right.
to bring them in as a specialist to do part of whatever testing we have to do on that aspect.
Yeah.
So this is gonna be huge.
Yeah, it could. I mean, here. So can I see your points a second?
Absolutely.
So you said that the states that are California, New York, Washington, Illinois, Massachusetts, where I know we have offices there, but we have clients. Our New Jersey office has clients in New York, right there. Okay, and we'll talk about the companies in a second. I know we still have some time, so we'll talk about the companies in a second. But 98% of the companies started reporting already. So and by the way, I do know at CLA, and I'm probably with them, we do have ESG people because our California people have been focusing on this. And there's actually a question on one of the checklists, are we doing ESG, which I quickly marked no,
Right.
because we're not, okay, by us. But this is a lot.
It is a lot.
Yeah. Yeah. 98% is very much the norm and the majority.
Well,
I
just
would say.
like the speaker said earlier, 96%, he goes, let's just call it 100% and the difference is immaterial.
It absolutely is.
So
Everyone is doing it.
98%, everybody's doing
Pretty
it.
close to 100.
Yeah, pretty close. Yeah. So here's my question for you. I don't know if you guys know the answer. You can take it back. I don't have to hold your paper for the whole
Well,
time.
if you had come with your own.
Wow.
Yeah.
Who wants to eat?
Still mad you took my
What's
role.
your question?
I forgot. No, we don't know, but I'm sure we kind of do know. We do a lot of private companies. We don't do any SEC work. You've done a ton of SEC work. who's doing this reporting? It's public companies. Okay? Because they want to know, they need to be able to put it into their 10K, 11K, registration statement, whatever you want to call it, about this.
Right.
Right.
You know,
Absolutely.
most of our private companies don't have it.
Yeah.
Yet.
Well, what I see happening is you guys do a lot of private. The larger ones that want to compete against the public companies say, well, how come the banks are going to say your financial statements don't look like this public company? So the client's going to say, well, I want to add that to my financial statements to compete with them. And then you guys are going to still have, firms that, you guys meaning firms that don't do public company work, are going to have to bring up the speed on it.
And the companies that may think they want to go public have to start thinking about it.
Absolutely.
See, but I'm thinking about another area. Now, we're not the people, none of us would be the people that would think about it, but who in our office would be this potentially affect? Come on, nonprofit.
Yes. Oh, yeah.
Okay? You know, in their documents, they have to put certain things.
Yeah.
And I know that we've been questioned when we've done proposals about not our ESG, but what's our governance, what's our social aspect. They don't ask the accountants the environmental aspect as much, but this is going to affect in some way.
I could see this becoming a big single audit point. And I know single audit is a dirty word, people don't like to talk about that. But if you think about the point of the single audit is to make sure that they're using the funds properly, right?
Right.
So if ESG is going to be the law in many of these states, they're going to want to see, okay, did you use the funds for what you were supposed to, but did you also use it in an environmentally conscious way?
Wow, he's smart. I thought single audit meant you're just doing one audit.
That's why he doesn't do any.
Right. All right. I mean,
Exactly.
is that about it? Or
I believe that's it. Frank, did
Okay.
you bring a quote that you
Oh, well,
wanted to
there was
share?
a quote from the article. So let me quote this. This was from Susan Coffey from the AICPA. Auditors have extensive education requirements, adhere to strict independence rules, and possess a holistic view of an organization's business, processes, and risk profile. So
Says it all. Wraps it
positioning
up.
the CPA in that.
Yep,
Yeah,
wraps it up. So,
Yeah.
okay.
Independence is going to be a big one there. If we're going to have to
That's
bring
gonna
in
be
lots of
huge.
extra people to help us
You're
with
absolutely right.
Yeah.
this. So we have to be
And
independent too.
is the client going to be able to measure this themselves?
Right.
Yeah. So, can we go back and eat?
Yeah.
Kind of hungry.
All right, you guys are released. Thank
Good,
you.
thank you,
You
thank you,
deserve
thank
a
you.
lunch.
Oh, thanks.
Bye.
thanks.
Take
Bye.
care.
Thank you all for listening and watching. Visit the NJCPA Accounting and Auditing Knowledge Hub at njcpa.org/hub/accounting for events, articles, news, and podcasts on various A&A topics.